The next day in the shed. Looks like I spoke too soon, eh? Anyways, today I am going to attempt to get started on this front bar. So what I did, I went to Bunnings yesterday and I found this sheet of cardboard, and I asked old mate, I said, do you mind if I have that? And he's like, yeah. So he starts ripping it off the product that it was on, and he starts folding it in half. I'm like, Bruz, I need no folds in there at all. I need that to be as strong as possible. Anyways, let's get into it. So I've spent a couple of hours on it. I don't know. I really don't know. I am just trying to pretty much replicate that, but in steel. I really don't know if I like it. But as well, I'm getting out of the shed. It's a beautiful day today, so I'm going to just go back home, light the fire, have a tin, finish the day off. Another day back in the shed. Finally got some more sunshine. Just waiting on a message about the door trims. So what I'm actually going to do is start cutting these out to see if it's what I like. I have made things a lot more difficult for myself as usual and added in a bit of a curve here. I do have a flat bar bender, so hopefully I can use that to make that curve. But there's only one way to find out. So what I just did with this one, I bent this up off camera because I just wanted to see how it really turned out. Still a little bit of work, but I think we're onto something here. A couple of gaps to fill, but I'll show you how I bent this up. And the reason why I went with a curve, I see there's a lot of bars that just straight edges, and I know this is shaped like a box, but I had to give the old girl some kind of curves. But that's looking all right at the moment. First piece has been tacked on. You're probably wondering, oh no, why are you welding with gow? Well, I had a spare sheet, so I'm not going to go out and spend $400 on another sheet when I already had this one. So gow is absolute rubbish to weld with, even when you take back that top layer, as you can see here. But we'll make it work. Let's get on to cutting that bottom one. I don't know how I'm going to do this corner. I think with that rounded corner there, it's going to come to this bottom bit is where the points or the sharp edge is going to be. So I'll come across and then just straight back that way. I might be able to put this or finish that piece just before the bend, and then this next piece that I make, I can curve the top. So yeah, as I said, I'm not a good teacher, I'm just the explainer. Well, I think we're getting somewhere. This is probably, other than putting the bracket at the back to fix where the original location was as well, I think this is pretty much going to be it for the front. One of my biggest things I need to work out, I want to try and have some form of grill, sort of like the standard one. I need to maximise the amount of airflow going in, and before I had the number plate over the front where that's not going to go anymore, so I need to make sure I can put the number plate on the side here or something like that, because yeah, I just need the maximum amount of airflow going through there, up underneath. And I've lifted the front bar up as high as I can so I can get as much approach angle as possible. I think there's no motor in the car, so we still got another, what, 200 kilos or something to add up there. At the moment it's about 47 degrees, which is stuff all in four-wheel drive terms, but it is an L300. The front tyres are set further back. Yeah, I will start cutting into the other side now. I'll try and show you what's going on. Don't follow me because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Try and get that into position, so as I can see about here, that's where the bend starts, and we'll go over to the bender and we'll try and create this angle. Okay, here's my bar bender. I think this was off Vivo or something like that. I used this for a previous business that I had. So yeah, we need to bend this one around that way, so I'll just chuck that in there. And rough as guts as I am, just put a little bend in that one. And then I'll swing that around the 90, so that's, put that in there. Most of the time, or the last one that I done, that wasn't even close, so I had to work it while it was on the car. Now let's get back over there. I'm kind of also thinking that this angle here is different to the other side. It's going to look crap if it is. So what I can do is tack this on at this side, chuck a tack there, maybe one up here, and then start to pull this side out as I line these ones up. So we'll do that. So I've chucked a couple of tacks on there, and then as you can see here, that gap. So I have to keep bending this or pulling this piece out while I try and work that in there. I don't like doing this right near the paint. That's why I'm only tacking it on, and then everything else after that is going to be welded when it's off the car. But that line's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm not 100% enthusiastic about doing this, and that's probably showing in the actual build itself. So I need something. That's all it really is. I just need something. Well, I managed to fix that corner issue. If this was all laser cut like professional shops and stuff like that, then everything would go together nice and perfectly with perfectly folded bits of steel from big expensive machines and blah blah blah. So I'm just here doing the dodgy. So as I said about that angle, or the radius, if that's the word, and that one over there different, I've made this the same as that, but I can see in the top that curve is a little bit different, so I've gapped it, and you know what we do there, don't we? We just fill it with weld. Dodgy brothers are us. Sides are done, it's all tacked up. I'm not going to do any more welding near the paint, even though when it's done I'm going to take it over to a shop, and they're going to get this orange peel out, and then they're going to wrap it in some PPF before I take off. But I'm still stuck with this middle bit, and I can't ask you guys for suggestions, because once this video out, this is going to be done. Because at the end of the day, I know the winch is there, another wicked product from Sabre Off-Road. Guys, look, even their fairleads, they come in like a beautiful case, even foam. Like, so yes, this needs to sit out the front as well. I just don't want to put a sheet over there. I think that's going to look absolute crap, but I know I do need a hole up top or the side or something like that so I could engage the clutch or free spool. I don't know about a hoop. I'm not a hoop guy. I don't know. I guess I better have a couple of tins, bit of thinking liquid, and go from there. I'm not good at taking a photo and putting it on the computer and scanning and work out what might work or what looks good. And this is me. I just off the top of the head to get stuff done. That's how the whole car's been built. So, as I said, I didn't have a plan on how this car was going to be built. It just happened. It was just one thing after the other, and yeah, it's turned out pretty good. Well, it's an award-winning car, so must be doing something right. See, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. I went to Independent Sheet Metal, and there was a legend named Aaron behind the counter. I said, mate, I had a little drawing. I said, I want this folded up. When can it be done? He said, give me till next Thursday. It was done on the Wednesday. And then when I got there, I said, mate, can you do me one more favour? Can you cut out two 48mm strips? Yep, not a problem. Bang, done it there and then. So what I've got the 48mm strips for is to put down the bottom here. So when I put the drawer slides on, I'll have something like nice and meaty to fix into. I don't know whether I'm going to get two more of these folded up so I can have them as the shelves. What I've got to do from here, we had to make this in two pieces. What I'm going to do is TIG them together and then get it in the car, so then I can use this stuff. So 135 by 12mm. Now this is what's going to go. Lucky I've got a nice big shed. This is what's going to go on the front. So then on here I'll have like a pocket for sauce bottles and, you know, spray oils and whatever else. I'll have a pocket down the bottom, and then where it cuts off to go on the angle to go back, I'll have another pocket at the top. So, first things first, you're probably not going to believe me, but I'm going to clean up because I'm sick of it. Couple of other things I picked up as well. I've got the hose here for the air compressor, so I can finish that off. And then one thing I should have got when I was rebuilding the car in the first place is new heater hose, because when I had problems, this was the first thing to go, because I didn't buy new stuff. I was still having the old L300 low pressure sort of hoses on there that were probably 40 years old. So glad I got new stuff. Everything's brand new on this car. Now let's go clean up. Let's give this TIG stuff another go. I have got no patience for this type of welding. Yeah, so it sort of shows in the results, as me good mate, old Hillbilly Customs, told me. He said, cheeky bastard. He said, oh, do you want to wait till I get down there before you TIG anything, mate? That's what mates are for, eh? Anyways, I just really want to, if I can get a weld on the inside and then I can just pulse it on the outside. Here I am talking like I know what's going on. And then, yeah, that's about all. The shelves will provide some strength, and then the bit that goes on the front will finish it off with the strength. sort of thing. So well, it come up better than I thought. I haven't touched the TIG in 6 months, and I didn't even know what I was doing back then. So it started off okay, and then something happened up here in the middle, and then yeah, all the other at the same time. So how about that? All right, let's get into making the front piece. So yes, this is all slowly starting to come together. As you can see, I've got my old pantry at the back, and that's why I made this one so short, so I can put that bit of oak on the front here. I'll obviously have to trim it down because it can't be 135 mil, unfortunately. I think I'm looking at about, say, 95 mil, plus that's 12 mil, so I should have enough room to at least fit like a tomato sauce bottle or something like that. Yeah, there's one shelf down the bottom, and then where that kicks back, there'll be another shelf there where I can put more stuff in. So let's start ripping some of that timber down and working out how this is all going to go together. So I just kept moving along. That's better. And once the pantry was together, I slid it in here just to see how everything was going, and then I realised I had about 130 mil of space at the front that I could use. So I went and grabbed the 135 by 12 mil oak, and obviously just ripped 5 mil off that. That's all slowly coming together. I've got a bit more. I've got to cut out a shelf in here, and then from there on I've got a couple of little uprights or little pockets, so all of my stuff can stay in there. So yeah, it's coming along real well. I just need to hit independent sheet metal up now for two shelves. This has come up pretty good. I gave it a good sand with 120, hit it with a bit of lacquer, left it overnight, so she's ready to screw back on. So there we go, it is all coming along pretty well. I can start to now work on fixing all of these panels in. I've picked up my pissy ass little 24-inch TV, so that'll be able to mount on the side there, come out. I've got the jaw slides and everything else needed. Even the Starlink stuff has turned up. This is the epic switch that I was talking about. Not bad, eh? But you will see all of that and more on the next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, and yeah, see you on the next one.